Season 4.
We made it. We're finally, like, this is wild. Season 4, y'all. Okay, let's just backtrack. Crazy.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Thank you all for being here. You know, whether you're brand new or like an OG.
Yes.
This is wild. I still feel like we just started.
I know.
You know?
I mean, kind of.
Kind of.
But we've been at it since
November 2023. Right?
7 months.
7 months.
Wow.
Whoa. Wild.
We've read a lot of books.
Mm-hmm.
We've done some book events.
Yeah. We missed you guys. I know it's been a little bit, but we're back. You know, summer is always crazy. But I think that's just for everybody. But
yeah,
it's been a busy summer. So
yeah,
but we're excited.
I'm staying in the city a lot this summer, which, you know, last summer I got married and I was getting married across the country. So I was stressed. Yeah. Now I'm like, oh, I could just chill.
Figure it out. Yeah.
And like, you know, you're going to a park concert.
I am.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to like have some fun summer events in between the craziness.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll be working on some, hopefully I'll be working on a movie like this upcoming later this month. Lots of busy things, but yeah, we're figuring it out. Still trying to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, while it's summer.
Yes.
Anyways, hope you guys have been reading some good books. We've been cozy hobbying,
Yeah.
Hobbying. I'm making that a word.
Are there any cozy hobbies that you're planning to do for the rest of the summer?
Maybe some more crocheting, but honestly, that's more of
you
like
guys,
a
if you're
fall,
watching
winter.
YouTube right now, Sophia, show them. She made her own shirt.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Yes. I've already gotten compliments on it. Today when I got Duncan.
Yeah.
The girl was like, oh my God. I was like, thank you. I made it. I made it. So maybe some crocheting, maybe some like outdoor crocheting, but that is more of a fall like ish activity for me because I'm just like sat. You know?
Yeah.
You've been doing some coloring.
Oh yeah.
Which is so fun.
I feel like when you get older, you're maybe like going to things that make you feel safe. And one of them is coloring for me. I love coloring, like the Bobby Goods coloring book with all the like, they're just like bears and dogs with rain boots on. Like, I'm dying.
I will say something that I did a couple months ago, maybe like a little over a month ago. I went to the Slew Moo Institute, which is basically a slime museum here in New York.
You're kidding.
It's in Soho. And had the best time of my life.
What is it called?
The Slew Moo Institute.
Wait,
I will say, I mean, it's in Soho, so of course it's like $50 a ticket, but you do get to bring a slime home, and I've been kind of back in my slime era, which is hilarious to me. So that's not really like a hobby, but it is just something kind of, again,
did you get to scent it too?
Yeah, and color it.
Wait, tell me about your slime.
I got a butter slime, but they basically, so when you walk in, there's just like giant bowls of all different kinds of slime everywhere, and there's other like fun activities you can do, but yeah, like it was just a blast. So I think thinking about that, like going back to your childhood type vibe, like it just made me feel fun. I just loved it. So anyways, all the fun things for summer, you gotta have a good time with it, you know. And also the weather, it's been hot, I will say.
Yeah,
it's been quite warm
and nice and humid as well.
Yeah,
just thick. She's thick outside in
I've
New York City.
been freckling a lot.
Yes,
the freckles are coming out.
We got to do a beach day soon.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
It's hard here in New York because it's like I feel like it's a lot more effort to like go to the beach. At least for me, because where I grew up, I was so close to the beach, so I could just go. Like 20-minute drive and I'm at the beach, so very simple. But here in the city, it's definitely like you're planning a day.
A whole day.
You're putting the effort in to like go to the beach. But yeah, need to do that again for sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good summer so far. You know, nice and warm, doing all the fun things, all the fun summer activities. But yeah, so we are excited because this is just so wild to me. This is kind of surreal that we have enough of you guys listening and supporting us that we can actually dedicate a full episode to just answering your questions.
Yeah, it's great.
which we've been wanting to do for a while. But I feel like we're really blessed and lucky enough to like be able to have a whole episode just kind of connecting with y'all. So
I know.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Wanted to do this for a long time.
Yeah, we call you book besties for a reason. Yeah. So, okay, here we go.
So we're going to launch into it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Where to begin? You wanna launch us off? Ask our first question?
Sure.
Okay.
This is coming from Alluring Simmer.
Ooh.
Hey, girl. What's your favorite book you read as a child?
I read a lot as a kid.
Surprise, surprise.
So, yeah. I think I've definitely talked about certain books, like very specific books before. And I feel like at some point we should do a whole nother episode just going into recommending all the books. But I got to be honest, as a very young kid, I was a huge American Girl doll books girly. Which is so funny because I think that's why I read a lot of historical fiction, even as a teenager.
Oh my gosh,
like when I was an undergrad. Like I think it really launched, the like traumatic historical fiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Addie had a very
rough life.
Yeah.
Kirsten, her best friend just died. Like
right.
I was a Felicity girl though.
Okay, so, Felicity. I love Samantha.
Yeah. But she kind of didn't struggle that much.
No.
Her friend
girl
did.
had money.
Yeah.
But she was very empathetic.
Oh yeah.
And okay, so funny. I didn't like I think Samantha was the first American Girl doll movie.
Yes, I think
it was very early. Mm-hmm. The girl who played Samantha is Anna Sophia Robb.
Crazy.
She was also in Bridge to Terabithia. Mm-hmm. She was in everything. She did Carrie Diaries. I loved her after
Almost
that.
all the kids that were little American Girl dolls are like big
huge.
Actresses. It's huge. Crazy, but yes. So yeah.
And so one summer here in 2019, she and I don't know if you know her, but her name's Isabel Furman.
It does sound familiar.
So she was the orphan. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but they were in.
Was she in the Hunger Games? She was Clove in the Hunger Games. There we go. That's her. Where I knew she felt kind of familiar. Yeah.
So Anna Sophia and her got together and they did Macbeth.
Whoa.
Here in the city.
Very cool.
And it took place at a private girls' school.
Okay.
And then they did Macbeth. So I was like, I'm going. Of course. And I saw her and they're incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And that was kind of surreal for me because I was like, that's Samantha. Yeah. That's the girl from Bridge to Terabithia.
I will say, same kind of reaction if I ever meet Shailene Woodley.
I love her so much.
That's Felicity.
Love her.
I watched that movie so many times.
She had a break, right? Like she wasn't acting for a while?
Yeah, but she did Secret Life of an American Teenager, that was a rough show. I only watched a couple episodes of it, but I think she did like do teenage acting.
Yes.
But then she really, I feel like, relaunched herself.
Recently.
I mean, she did Divergent, which honestly is kind of iconic.
It's on Netflix, by the way.
It's kind of iconic, not gonna lie.
I need to watch it. Did you read it?
Divergent? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I never read it. Guys, should I
yes. Wait,
jump into Divergent?
Because I don't want to give away the end of the third book.
Wait, so should I watch them?
No, because only the first movie is like accurate, I would say.
Oh, really?
The movies really go. That's why I say they're just kind of iconic. But like the first one is great. Second one's Third one, it was so bad that they didn't even finish. It was released as like a TV movie.
They're all on Netflix.
And then they didn't finish the series. So it ends on a cliffhanger, but it's not even the story of the book.
Oh.
So read the books.
Rude.
And watch the first Divergent movie. Anyways. But yeah, I just feel like American Girl doll was a very like iconic series for me as a kid.
Yeah.
Loved it. And then really launched my like love for historical fiction.
Oh.
Yeah. What
I
about
love
you?
that. This is, I think I've talked about this before, but definitely I have a ripped up, used, like unbound version of Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe.
Oh my gosh.
Over and over and over and over.
So good.
I went to a private Christian school, so the very first one we read was that. And I was like, what do you mean there's a world behind the wardrobe?
It's
like,
so good.
And then I think, was it like 2005 or 6? So I was like 11. That's when the movie came out.
I love.
Don't even get me started.
Everything about Narnia. So good.
It's so good.
Also, I will say, if you are a parent, aunt, an uncle, like you've got children in your life, and they're starting to maybe love reading, give them The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Just even the first one. I think it's a very readable,
it's easy
classic for kids.
Yes.
I mean, we both read it as a kid.
I'm thinking about rereading
it's literally a children's book.
Yeah.
But it's obviously, it's a little bit more ancient, sort of, but I think it's very relatable still. Like, I think any kid can read it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I mean, as an adult, obviously, if you have not read Chronicles of Narnia, you'll fly through them.
It's incredible.
They're so good. But yes, I agree. Amazing book, series, the movies.
Well, the author of Bridge to Terabithia, if you watch the movie, like at the very end, all of those like creatures come out. I was like, this is really reminiscent of Narnia. Yeah. And my husband was like, wait, can you look her up? And I looked the author up. She is the daughter of missionaries, so she's a believer, and she wrote children's books about how, like, your questions about God, is God real, for little kids. So then her kid had a friend in the class who died, and that's kind of how Bridge to Terabithia came to be. But she was like, what if I incorporate a world like Narnia? And then there was a word in Narnia, I think it was Terabithian or Terabith something, and she took it and she said Bridge to Terabithia, which is like also like reminiscent of heaven. I don't know, she's it's like so like anything that's very connected in that way I love, and I think kids will eat that up. I did.
It's so
I was in first grade. That's crazy.
Definitely high key recommend Narnia. This is one for you, just a really quick one, from Ruth Duke. Do you have any small bookshelf recommendations?
Hi,
I will say for myself, I have some pretty big ones, so I can't exactly answer that one.
So a small bookshelf. I got mine from IKEA.
Okay.
I'll try to link it for you guys on Instagram, but it's gotta be like maybe 7 feet tall, but like each shelf is about
it's skinny. It's on the skinny
7
side.
or 8 inches wide, so it's tall and skinny. I have 6 shelves, and it's holding a good amount of books, but it's already full. So if you're looking for like a tall, thin shelf, that's the one to go for. I don't know any, like, I saw this one on TikTok where it's like a coffee table and you spin it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and then there's like
like hides.
I think it's like a pentagon.
Oh,
so there's like
that's really cool.
That's 5. That's 5. Penta is 5.
Yes,
okay, so then there's 2 shelves on each.
Okay,
from top to bottom.
I love that.
And it's small.
That's really fun. I feel like I have multiple bookshelves in my apartment, and I still feel like I'm running out of space. I did do an unhaul recently.
You did. Good
so
job.
I'm making more space, and I'm trying to be more conscious of, like, if there's a book I want to read but I don't feel like I have to have it on my shelf, I'll just do it on Kindle. Okay. And then I'm trying to be better about it, because I'm starting to realize that I really do just buy any book I want to read, and I'm like, that's not always going to work out very well.
Yeah. I do like, if I like it on Kindle first and I want to hold it forever and have it, that's when I buy it.
Right.
But now I'm looking at my shelf and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to read that one again. I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
Okay. We have from Maya Garzon. Hi.
Hello.
She asks, what are your favorite underrated books or series? I think you know Caitlin's answer.
Go for it.
Okay, moving on.
I was also going to recommend Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross.
You know what? I think about that more than I think I do. You know what I'm saying? Like it crosses my mind more often than not.
Okay. Yes.
And but it didn't. My initial read, I didn't stick with me, but now that I have
comes
it,
back to you. Comes back to you.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's so cute, and I think Rebecca is definitely. I mean, we all know of Divine Rivals. Amazing, iconic. We love it over here. And then I would say, the next one that I feel like is gaining a little bit more attention, thankfully, is A River Enchanted.
Really?
I'm starting to see it pop up a little bit more on my feed. Like, I just see, but I especially see people saying they want to read it, which makes me very happy. Yeah. There's this
You're welcome.
There's this book talker who she has she's Australian, which is hilarious. You know, all my favorite book talkers are Australian. Hi Ainsley, love you.
Hi.
But this other girl, she was going through her like fantasy TBR, and she had A River Enchanted on there as like what she wants to read, and so many of the comments were like, please read A River Enchanted, like you're gonna love it. And I was like, other people love it too. So I'm glad to see it gaining more hype. It deserves it. But yeah, I'd say Sisters of Sword and Song, also by Rebecca, is incredibly well done. Like, it may not be your favorite of hers, but it is so good.
Yes.
I'm also just gonna throw out the Unwind series by Neil Shusterman. I think Scythe is also underrated-ish, but I do see it more often than I see his Unwind series. Mm-hmm. Those are shorter books. They're on the shorter end. And so as a full series, it's very interesting. It definitely messes with your brain a little bit, but for a YA dystopian vibe, that would be my recommendation.
Nice.
Yeah, I think also Dry by Neil Shusterman. It's just a standalone. Also very interesting. I think that one sticks with me maybe more than the Unwind series.
Okay.
So yeah, those would be my recommendations for underrated. Do you have any like rom-coms you want to toss out?
Yes, I have a really fun, this is for the fall.
Okay.
But I had so much fun reading The Ex-Hex and The Kiss Curse.
Yeah.
It was such a blast. It's giving Halloween Town vibes. It's not really high stakes. The second book to it is about the main character from the first book, her sister.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just so cute, you guys. Cute. It's funny. It's definitely rated PG-13, but like, you know, they're all our age, so they're in their late 20s, but it's so funny. I love it.
I think we've sort of touched on this before, but we're gonna cover this question from Ava Riza. Mm-hmm. And this is basically asking a book that has made us angry or upset, and we both kind of touched on this in the past, but are there any new ones for you that have, you know, had interesting reactions too?
Let me
because I don't have one that necessarily made me angry or upset, but I did read a book recently that made me just kind of confused in the sense of that I felt like it was not premised well. Like, I feel like
Why don't you share yours?
I feel like I was lied to in the premise. And so I'm not angry about it. But it just, I kind of was reading it and I was like, this is not the book I thought it was going to be. And this is called The Book Swap, and it is by, give me one sec. I don't remember her name. Let me go to it. By Tessa Bickers, and I think this is actually a debut novel. And I got an arc of this, so it doesn't even come out till October. And it's basically the premise is that it's these two like childhood friends. There was a big misunderstanding. They fell apart as friends, like, you know, and they both end up in the same hometown and then end up anonymously annotating books and swapping them back and forth in this like little library, one of those like little free libraries you find outside. And so you think that it's going to be this cute little rom-com where it's like they don't know it's each other, but it is, and they're just swapping books and they're communicating like anonymously, and kind of you think it's going to be like, you know, She's Got Mail or whatever, you know. And it's very sad. And there's, I would say, some things that I would definitely look into trigger warnings actually about. Like, there's a lot of stuff on mental disorders and death and dealing with cancer and dealing with like bullying.
And
like,
how old are the characters?
So a lot of stuff takes place when they're kids. That is really sad.
Oh,
gosh. And then now they're in their late 20s, early 30s. And the book spans like a full year. So in terms of their adult life. So I wasn't necessarily, I think it made me upset in the sense that I just felt like, would I have read this if I knew that it was actually this versus a fun rom-com?
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's my answer. That's a more recent book that I read that I had kind of a different emotional response to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very interesting book. So
maybe you were led on.
I think so.
Deceived just a bit.
A little bit. Any from you though?
I think this one, we had this for book club, and it's one of the lowest books I've rated. It's The Paris Apartment.
Yeah.
That's all. It made me upset because I was about 72% in and there was no progress to the story. There's someone missing. 72%. I should probably we should get close. I should feel like we're moving closer.
Yeah.
I didn't like the writing style, but I think what made me upset was that I didn't feel like we were moving anywhere. There were no trigger warnings. Sometimes people are like, well, if you should just look it up. You know what? This is my first Lucy Foley book. So I didn't have many expectations about what it was going to be. I just knew other people didn't enjoy her other books. Right. So I was just like, well, we'll see. But it made me upset because I didn't like where it was going. So.
And you were also kind of texting me, even when you were in the middle of the book, just saying, like, I just feel uncomfy with it. Like, I just don't, it's making me feel uncomfortable, which I think is a valid response to then what you were saying, how the book ended in that sense too, where you're just kind of like, oh, right. Like, what? So I didn't even read it. That was one I didn't even, think about. I think those are probably some of the recent-ish ones that were like, had those reactions too. You want to toss one at me?
Okay. What are your top 3 best books you've read in 2024? This is from Cats Are Cool.
What the River Knows.
Oh, yes.
No, we read River Enchanted in 2023, right? So we can't technically count that. So What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. That is my Roman Empire book so far of 2024. I am begging.
I need to finish it.
Isabel to get me to grant my wish on NetGalley to read the arc. Like, I will do anything for this arc. And I need it. And I check my NetGalley account daily.
Wow, that's so funny.
To see if it shows up. And I cannot wait to do a reread of this book and annotate like everything.
Oh my gosh.
Literally everything. So that's definitely number 1. I would say, again, I want to say like Throne of Glass vibes, but I read that all in 2023. But I did a reread. So that's the problem, is that I
rereads don't count. Don't count it.
I know. I can't. I will honestly say I really, really enjoyed the Poppy War trilogy.
Oh, good.
Even though it's rough, but I knew that going in.
It's rough. Okay.
Check the trigger warnings, please. Which I did not going in. That could have been
drinking coffee.
Helpful to read, especially in the first book. But yeah, give us a little ASMR of the. Here we go. Ready? We should be sponsored by Duncan, for real.
Low-key.
I would say the Poppy War trilogy was so good, but just check trigger warnings because it's not going to be for everyone. And then I would say Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez.
Yeah,
is my other
one. Why are you smiling?
It's so good.
Yay.
It's so good. Those would be my, I think my top 3. Okay. I've read some other really good ones this year too, but that's what is kind of sticking with me right now.
Okay. I have Ready or Not by Cara Bastone.
Right.
Every time I think about the book, it just makes me so... Hi, Boba. It just makes me so happy. I might do a reread again sometime this year because it's just like a feel-good book. Magnolia Parks.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Daisy. I got to get back to you. And then I will say my third one is Ruthless Vows.
Yeah. That was
incredible.
You know what? Incredible. I've been thinking about that one more recently. I think
I need to do a fall reread.
Even if neither of us were super thrilled with the ending, it was still an amazing book.
It's incredible.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, so good. I think we're going to cover some from one of our besties. Kara, you came in clutch with several questions. We'll start off simple. What's your favorite snack? Ooh. And I'm gonna say this as like a what's your favorite snack while reading, which we know that you've had Cheetos with chopsticks.
Absolutely.
But anything else you want to say? What's a snacky vibe for you?
Well, I definitely need an iced coffee. Mm-hmm. Don't care what time of day it is. I will have an iced coffee when I read. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't really have like a... Let me think. You answer the snacky part because
I love strawberries and whipped cream. It's so good.
I'm allergic.
I know.
Sad.
I'm sorry. But I love it. So, you know.
Ew.
No, I've been doing, especially now that we're in summer, and I live, guys, this is crazy. I live next to or very close to this just like giant produce market.
It's amazing.
And it's really cool. And because strawberries are in season right now, they're so cheap. Now, I will say you have to eat them like the day that you buy them or like the day after. Like they do go, they don't last very long, but they're like $1.
That's not
for
bad.
Strawberries. So I can literally just go get them on my way home from work, eat them that night.
Oh, that's nice.
Not a big deal. I do get some and like freeze them and make smoothies and stuff, but give me some strawberries with some whipped cream on top.
Ooh.
You could also do that with like blueberries, I guess, or raspberries or peaches.
You know what?
Peaches and whipped cream.
Oh, I've never tried that.
Girl, peaches and whipped cream is so
really?
good.
Okay,
I would high key
recommend
any sort of fruit with like
with whipped cream. I have, because it's summer now that we're talking about fruit. I love me a good watermelon or pineapple.
Yes.
Dead. I mean, also with watermelon, it's water. So we're doing water intake.
True.
Hey guys.
True.
Yeah, I love that. But I am also, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm very highly obsessed with tomatoes.
I think I did know that. You've mentioned tomatoes.
I will get the extra large.
Hilarious.
At the grocery store of grape tomatoes. I could eat it in an hour. Just kind of like popcorn. I'll just have it there.
Do you like grapes then? Is that kind of the same vibe
grapes.
where it's like just the pop in the like little snack sized, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes and grapes?
100%.
I feel like, do you like kumquats? That's the same like vibe, where they're like tiny and you can just like pop them. They're extremely sour though.
I don't. First of all, why? I can't picture how do you spell it?
Kumquat, I think. They're little orange sour balls.
You know what?
And you can eat them with like the peel.
I don't think I've had this.
They're super sour, so I don't love them because I can't really do sour, but they're interesting. If you can do sour food, they're probably, you should give them a try.
Thank you.
You could pop them like your cherry tomatoes,
October through March is when it comes out, so.
Yeah. So anyways, that could be another little snacky snack for you to try.
Snack.
A little snacky snack. Again, from Kara, your favorite non-reading activities. We touched on this a little bit at the beginning of the episode.
Cozy hobbies.
For me, it's definitely crocheting, 100%. And I do love watching a good show. Like, I'll just be honest. Like, there are just some TV shows, some shows on, Netflix or HBO that I'm like, I look forward to.
Hold on. Have you started Acolyte?
I have, and I'm obsessed.
Did you watch the episode yesterday?
No, I didn't get a chance. But but I will say the episode, meaning as the day we're recording this, but the very first 2 episodes my jaw did drop. I was like,
it was pretty incredible.
Shoot. And you know what? Here's I'll just quick little rant. Okay. Nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans, and it annoys the heck out of me.
That's true.
Nobody hates it more than nobody hates Star Wars more than people who say they love Star Wars. Yeah. Why can't we all just enjoy it?
Yeah.
Can we please,
for what it is?
Please. Yeah, though the Acolyte's really good. House of the Dragon is out now, season 2.
I don't know what that is.
It's the prequels for Game of Thrones.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've gotten into that now. On my fantasy kick. So I was anxiously waiting. House of the Dragon.
We need a new fantasy TV show, though.
Yeah, we do. We do. It's really good, but it's very, I would not recommend it to everybody. Like, Game of Thrones vibes is very heavy. But that's out, so I've been
nice.
Excited for that. So I love a good TV show. I do, just because we read does not mean we don't, we shun watching movies or TV.
Right.
We do love it.
Yeah.
We do love it. But yeah, I would say for me, like a good night that I'm not reading would be crocheting while watching a movie or an episode of a show. Yeah, that's kind of my main thing I'd go to as a secondary hobby.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
What about you?
Lately, because it's summer, I've been doing hot girl walks for sure.
Love it.
And then I'll put an audiobook in my ear.
There you go.
Or a podcast. And I love it.
Yeah.
Just kind of like getting fresh air because the winters here on the East Coast suck.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all.
Another one from Kara. What are you most looking forward to reading this upcoming year?
Where the Library Hides by Isabel Barnes.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't come out till November.
Oh, Oh, that's dark. That's
Again,
okay.
I'm begging for this arc. So, but right now that's my
top one. Okay.
Top one.
Mine's coming out at the end of this month, or yeah.
Came out in June.
Yes, June. June. Well, wait, that's out already. Probably read it. Hold on. Let me think. I don't know what new ones are coming out this year. I do want to read The Library Hides after I read What the River Knows.
It might be already out. I'd have to check, but the sequel to Powerless, Reckless, is that what it's called?
Oh,
that either just came out or that's coming out soon.
You're probably right.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Better Than the Prom.
Yeah, the sequel to Better Than the Movies. A lot of sequels.
Yeah,
a lot of sequels.
I'm ready for it though. That'll be so cute.
Yeah, I think my top is definitely Where the Library Hides.
Ooh.
But some fun, cute ones.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
That are coming out. I need Rebecca Ross to write a new book though, even though she just finished Ruthless Vows.
Knock knock, Miss Rebecca. Where are you?
Let it just even drop a hint that you're working on a new book.
I think she didn't she? I think she did on her Instagram.
I will also say I don't think it's coming out this year. I think it comes out next year. But R.F. Kuang's new book, I think it comes out in 2025.
Oh, right.
But that'll be fun.
I feel like all the most anticipated books have come out already.
Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But that's not till 2025.
I know.
But still,
it's Hamish's story.
Where were you guys in the moment that you found out that was being?
I didn't believe it the first time. I was like, okay, that's weird.
I had to see it from the publishing Instagram.
Yes. I saw it from a lot of Facebook
and then I
pages.
was like, and then I believed it.
Yeah.
But I was laying in bed because I had just woken up. I was sleeping in like late that day.
Oh my gosh.
So I saw it laying in bed, and I was just like,
No, that's amazing.
So I think we're gonna maybe stop it there. That was a lot of questions. That was a
lot of questions.
That was so fun. Again, thank you for sending them in, being, book besties.
Yeah.
All the things.
We are happy to be back for season 4. Yes. Check our socials for any updates. We love you guys.
Bye. Bye.